Benjamin Franklin Inspirational Quotes that will change your life. Either write something worth reading or do something worth writing. 3 may keep a secret, if 2 of them are dead. They who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I may remember, involve me and I learn. He that can have patience can have what he will. Many people die at 25 and aren't buried until they are 75. In wine there is wisdom, in beer there is freedom, in water there is bacteria. You may delay, but time will not. Never ruin an apology with an excuse. We are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. Fear not death, for the sooner we die, the longer we shall be immortal. I didn't fail the test, I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Those who would give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. How many observe Christ's birthday? How few, his precepts? Being ignorant is not so much a shame as being unwilling to learn. Well done is better than well said. Hide not your talents, they for use were made, what's a sundial in the shade? An investment in knowledge always pays the best interest. It is the first responsibility of every citizen to question authority. Lost time is never found again. 3 may keep a secret, if 2 of them are dead. Instead of cursing the darkness, light a candle. If all printers were determined not to print anything till they were sure it would offend nobody, there would be very little printed. The Constitution only guarantees the American people the right to pursue happiness. You have to catch it yourself. Be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man. I am for doing good to the poor, but I think the best way of doing good to the poor is not making them easy in poverty, but leading or driving them out of it. I observed that the more public provisions were made for the poor, the less they provided for themselves, and of course became poorer. And, on the contrary, the less was done for them, the more they did for themselves, and became richer. Remember not only to say the right thing in the right place, but far more difficult still, to leave unsaid the wrong thing at the tempting moment. 'Tis a great confidence in a friend to tell him your faults, greater to tell him his. The person who deserves most pity is a lonesome one on a rainy day who doesn't know how to read. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that's the stuff life is made of. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. Never confuse motion with action. Educate your children to self-control. to the habit of holding passion and prejudice and evil tendencies subject to an upright and reasoning will, and you have done much to abolish misery from their future and crimes from society. He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else. Whatever is begun in anger ends in shame. Do not anticipate trouble, or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Whoever would overthrow the liberty of a nation must begin by subduing the freeness of speech. The heart of a fool is in his mouth, but the mouth of a wise man is in his heart. There was never a bad peace or a good war. Be slow in choosing a friend, slower in changing. Love your enemies, for they tell you your faults. We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately. When you are finished changing, you're finished. To find out a girl's faults, praise her to her girlfriends. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. When you're testing to see how deep water is, never use 2 feet. For the want of a nail the shoe was lost. For the want of a shoe the horse was lost. For the want of a horse the rider was lost. For the want of a rider the battle was lost. For the want of a battle the kingdom was lost, and all for the want of a horseshoe nail. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. A slip of the foot you may soon recover, but a slip of the tongue you may never get over. Trouble knocked at the door, but, hearing laughter, hurried away. Life's biggest tragedy is that we get old too soon and wise too late. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. If Jack's in love, he's no judge of Jill's beauty. If you would not be forgotten, as soon as you are dead and rotten, either write things worth reading, or do things worth writing. Keep your eyes wide open before marriage, half shut afterwards. In the affairs of this world men are saved, not by faith, but by the lack of it. Who is wise? He that learns from everyone. Who is powerful? He that governs his passions. Who is rich? He that is content. Who is that? Nobody. My refusing to eat flesh occasioned an inconveniency, and I was frequently chided for my singularity. But, with this lighter repast, I made the greater progress, for greater clearness of head and quicker comprehension. Flesh-eating is unprovoked murder. Be civil to all, sociable to many, familiar with few, friend to one, enemy to none. We do not stop playing because we grow old, we grow old because we stop playing. If a man could have half of his wishes, he would double his troubles. Speak ill of no man, but speak all the good you know of everybody. While we may not be able to control all that happens to us, we can control what happens inside us. Never leave till tomorrow that which you can do today. The best thing to give to your enemy is forgiveness. To an opponent, tolerance. To a friend, your heart. To your child, a good example. To a father, deference. To your mother, conduct that will make her proud of you. to yourself, respect; to all others, charity. The way to see by faith is to shut the eye of reason. Most people die at 25 and aren't buried until they're 75. A house is not a home unless it contains food and fire for the mind as well as the body. Work as if you were to live 1,000 years, play as if you were to die tomorrow. Security without liberty is called prison. Contentment makes poor men rich, discontent makes rich men poor. When the well is dry, we know the worth of water. All mankind is divided into three classes: those that are immovable, those that are movable, and those that move. Those things that hurt instruct. The only thing that is more expensive than education is ignorance. It takes many good deeds to build a good reputation, and only one bad one to lose it. To be humble to superiors is a duty, to equals courtesy, to inferiors nobleness. Don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Fish and visitors smell in 3 days. A brother may not be a friend, but a friend will always be a brother. Eat to live, don't live to eat. The people heard it, and approved the doctrine, and immediately practiced the contrary. There cannot be good living where there is not good drinking. All the little money that ever came into my hands was ever laid out in books. Genius without education is like silver in the mine. To cease to think creatively is to cease to live. For every minute spent in organizing, an hour is earned. Absence sharpens love, presence strengthens it. Women are books, and men the readers be. Anger is never without a reason, but seldom with a good one. Speak little, do much. Happiness consists more in the small conveniences of pleasures that occur every day, than in great pieces of good fortune that happen but seldom to a man in the course of his life. One today is worth 2 tomorrows. Many a man thinks he is buying pleasure, when he is really selling himself to it. He that leaps down with dogs, shall rise up with fleas. You can do anything you set your mind to. How few there are who have courage enough to own their faults, or resolution enough to mend them. No one cares what you know until they know that you care. Reading makes a full man, meditation a profound man, discourse a clear man. So convenient a thing to be a reasonable creature, since it enables one to find or make a reason for everything one has a mind to do. Tricks and treachery are the practice of fools that don't have brains enough to be honest. There are 3 things extremely hard: steal, a diamond, and to know oneself. You will find the key to success under the alarm clock. Words may show a man's wit, actions his meaning. For the best return on your money, pour your purse into your head. Fools make feasts and wise men eat them. Beware of little expenses, a small leak will sink a great ship. I will speak ill of no man and speak all the good I know of everybody.